Hey everyone, welcome back. Glad to have you here for another deep dive with us. AI, it's everywhere, right? And it's changing so fast, it's kind of hard to keep up.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, lucky for us, all about this stuff. So today we're looking at how AI is, well, it's doing a lot. We're going to be talking Microsoft, Pinterest. There's even this AI reading coach for kids, which is honestly, it's a lot.
It really is amazing to watch how quickly this technology is developing.
Yeah.
Like even just thinking about how much has changed in the last year, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
absolutely. So to kick things off, I wanted to get your take on this whole Copilot thing for Microsoft. They're really pushing this idea of an AI companion, which isn't exactly a new idea, but what struck me is how they're really leaning into the emotional aspect this time around.
It's really interesting, right? Because for so long, AI has been presented as this very technical field, all about algorithms and data and
Right, like the nuts and bolts of it all.
exactly. But with Copilot, Microsoft is trying to reframe AI as something much more personal. It's not just a tool, it's a companion, someone who understands your needs and helps you navigate your day. Remember that example they gave about Copilot offering tips for handling a fussy child on a plane?
Okay, yeah, I mean, we've all been there, right?
Exactly. And I think that's what they're going for, making AI feel more relatable, more human.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, though, how much are we really ready to let AI into those really personal parts of our lives? It's kind of a big deal when you think about it.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it raises some important questions about where we draw the line between tool and companion. How much autonomy are we comfortable giving up? How much are we willing to share?
Exactly. And this is all before we even get to what Mustafa Suleiman is talking about. He's the one who's really going all in on this whole AI companion thing, right? Like, he's talking about AI with long-term memory, something that's deeply integrated into our lives, remembering everything about us. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Next level.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not just a digital assistant anymore. It's like having a super-powered sidekick who's always there, remembering every detail.
He's definitely got a bold vision for the future of AI. I mean, imagine having access to an AI that doesn't just know your schedule, but also remembers past conversations, projects you've worked on, even, your personal history. That could completely change how we work, how we learn, even how we interact with the world around us.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. But, I mean, is everyone ready for that? I saw in that same article, the one about Suleiman, that there was a Reuters poll that said only something like 2% of people are actually using AI tools on a daily basis right now.
Well, yeah, 2%, that's pretty small.
Yeah.
But, I mean, think about it. How quickly did smartphones go from, this kind of niche gadget to like everybody having one?
Okay, that's true. Things can change really quickly.
Exactly. And AI, I mean, it's poised for that same kind of explosive growth.
Yeah.
We might just be in those early stages right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. And, I mean, the article did have that story, the one about the woman who used AI to start her baking business. That was pretty inspiring how it went from a side hustle to supplying all these local coffee shops.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. That was a great example of how this technology can empower people to do really amazing things.
Totally. It's not just for tech giants or, big corporations. It's actually giving everyday people the tools and resources to achieve their goals, which is pretty cool when you think about it.
Absolutely. That whole idea of democratizing access to technology, that's really at the heart of a lot of the most exciting developments we're seeing with AI.
So, speaking of exciting developments, can we talk about Pinterest for a second? I know, right? It's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think of like cutting edge AI, but they're actually doing some really interesting stuff over there.
They are. They've been kind of quietly integrating AI into their platform in some really clever ways.
Right. Like they've got these AI powered tools for advertisers now, and some of them are actually really cool. Like imagine being able to just have AI generate the perfect background image for your product photos.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be a game changer for a lot of businesses.
I know, right? It
Yeah.
saves you so much time and effort, and it makes your products look amazing too. And that's not even all of it. They're also using AI to automate entire ad campaigns now, optimizing them for better performance and all that.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is where AI really shines. It's like having a whole team of experts working behind the scenes 24/7, making sure your ads are seen by the right people at the right time.
It's almost like having, a personal assistant for your business.
Right. So it's a win-win for everyone. Advertisers get better results, and users see more relevant content.
And you know what else is interesting? It's not just about marketing and design. We're also seeing some really incredible applications of AI in education now, too.
Okay, yeah, like that AI reading coach we were talking about earlier.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of how AI can be used to address very specific learning needs in a really personalized way.
Yeah, and I was reading about this company, Ello. They're the ones who make that reading coach, and they just came out with this new story time feature that sounds really cool.
Story time. Tell me more.
Okay, so basically, the AI generates these interactive stories that are tailored to a child's individual reading level, which is pretty cool on its own, but then it gets even better. The stories can actually adapt in real time to how the child is doing. Like if they're struggling with a particular sound, the AI will subtly weave in more words with that sound, almost like a personalized tutor, but built right into the story.
Wow, that's incredible. It really shows you how powerful this technology can be when it's used thoughtfully.
It's like having a teacher create a custom lesson plan for every single student, but instead of a teacher, it's AI. And it can do it at scale, which is really amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, and not only that, but it can also be really engaging for kids, right? Like, who doesn't love a good story?
Exactly. And let's be real for a second. Learning to read can be tough, especially for kids who might be struggling. But if you can make it fun and engaging, it makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. And that's what's so exciting about this technology. It has the potential to make learning more accessible and equitable for everyone.
And you know, it's funny. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm living in a sci-fi movie. You know,
Tell me about it, especially with all this talk about AI predicting what you're going to do next.
right. Like in those movies where the AI finishes your sentences for you. It's both cool and kind of creepy at the same time.
Yeah, well, we're not quite there yet.
Hmm.
But it is interesting to think about how this predictive AI
Mm.
is already being used in fields like healthcare.
Healthcare, how so?
Well, imagine AI systems that can look at all your medical data, right? Your
Hmm.
medical history, lifestyle choices, even your genetic information, and then use all of that to identify potential health risks.
So basically, it's like instead of just treating illnesses after they happen, AI could help us prevent them in the first place.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a reactive approach to healthcare to a more proactive one. And I mean, the potential benefits there are huge.
No kidding. That would be incredible. But it also sounds like there could be some serious privacy concerns there too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest challenges with all of this. As AI gets more sophisticated and has access to more and more data, we need to be really careful about how that data is being used and protected.
for sure. It's like we can't let these advancements come at the cost of our privacy.
Exactly. It's all about finding that right balance. But yeah, the potential here is really exciting. Imagine a world where diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's could be detected and treated in their earliest stages.
Wow, that would be amazing. Seems like every time I turn around, there's some new mind-blowing application of AI popping up. It's really incredible.
It really is. And I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
So where do we go from here? I mean, it's both exciting and a little bit terrifying to think about what the future holds.
I know what you mean.
Mm.
But I think the most important thing is that we're having these conversations, right? We need to be thinking critically about the implications of this technology and making sure that we're using it for good.
I totally agree. We
Yeah.
can't just sit back and let things happen. We need to be active participants in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. It's up to all of us to stay informed, ask the tough questions, and make sure that we're creating a future where technology empowers us all.
Well said. This has been an incredible deep dive. Thanks for joining me today and sharing your expertise.
My pleasure. It's been great talking with you, and I hope everyone listening learned something new today about the amazing world of AI.
Absolutely. And remember, even though it seems like it's changing so fast, don't be afraid to dive in and learn more about AI and how it's shaping the world around us. Until next time.